Hi everybody, it's Chris, and let's just be real here. You guys may or may not be subscribed here because you like anime videos. And you may have noticed I don't do a lot of anime videos here. That's because I do anime on a second channel called Anime Debate. So go ahead and head there if you want to see dedicated anime videos every single week. Link in the description, link right here, Anime Debate. Subscribe and click the bell. Now with that said, today's video is still about anime because I still love it and I want to feature it here every now and again. And there are a lot of anime in my life. There are certain things I wish would get anime that don't have anime yet. For instance, because this was in my life, Splatoon. I love the game Splatoon. I think it would make an amazing anime. I could see all these characters with all their like fancy looks and all their styles play out really well in a cool type of anime. I think it'd be great. But it's not one yet, and that's just what it is. But there are anime that do exist currently in the Ethernet that changed my life in a fundamental way, that helped shape me into the person that I am, and influence me even to this day. And I want to talk about those anime and give them some shine. Now these are all slightly older anime, nothing new is on this list, but if you have an anime that is newer that you think could influence me or influence your life, put it down below. Let's talk about it. So the first anime on the list is G Gundam. Now G Gundam is like the black sheep of the Gundam family. Like the original Gundam is very dramatic and very poised and very slow paced, but tells awesome story. But G Gundam was that first Gundam that broke that mold, that went more of the shonen route of all the yelling and the screaming and the hype and the Domenkashu with the burning fist in the hands. It was amazing, and it influenced me because it really did teach me to not give up on my dreams and keep pushing no matter what and have tenacity while I do it. One thing about me is that I get discouraged fairly easily, and it's really hard on me when things don't work out. And just seeing Domenkashu really push himself and have all that energy about himself really made me want to get up and do more with my life. So when my life got hard, I said to myself, this hand of mine is burning red. It tells me to defeat you. Take that, student loans! Ah! And I still haven't defeated them yet. I'm still battling. I'm still powering up. But I have to say that G Gundam made a tremendous impact on me. All of that hype can't happen without it affecting you somehow. That is one of the most like hype-filled anime I have watched in my entire life, just for the record. The next one on this list is Sailor Moon. Fighting evil by moonlight, as the American original dub would tell you. Sailor Moon was a show that could have easily been written off as just a girl show. Oh, look at that, they're wearing skirts. Oh, look at that, they're running around there in school and they're doing their thing and they got long hair. I could have easily written it off that way. But Sailor Moon actually taught me a lot about girl power, which I know sounds ridiculous because we had the real world equivalents such as the Spice Girls. But the anime Sailor Moon showed me that girls aren't just there to look pretty. They're there to kick butt and have meatballs on their head. I'm just saying, it was the first show that really gave women a true centerpiece that wasn't centered around fashion. Like, I'm sorry, I love Jim. I thought Jim was dope. Jim was amazing to me. It was great. But Jim was also like, yeah, give me power synergy. Yeah. But Sailor Moon had a different feel. It was like, yo, I don't care what you gotta say. I'm doing my thing, and I'm not gonna just like let some man save me. You know, even though they did have Tuxedo Mask, who actually more often than not got saved by the girls. And that kind of ability, that kind of power, really showed me respect for women that I don't think I would have gotten otherwise had I not been exposed to this amazing show. Next up is going to be Dragon Ball / Dragon Ball Z, and this is going to be kind of a different motivational factor than you probably expect. I could have easily said like, yeah, it taught me about fighting. Well, yeah. What didn't? I had Ronin Warriors for that. Ronin Warriors was about fighting. That was cool. And in fact, in my opinion, Ronin Warriors may have been a better show. But for whatever reason, it didn't get finished and it just didn't go off into the sunset as other many shows do. But Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball taught me to have patience. Because both of those shows did this thing that I think a lot of anime fans call the loop. Meaning it would get to a certain point in the show and it would just stop and start over again. And then stop and start over again. And I kept hoping and waiting and wondering, when are they gonna finish it? Is this show just in a forever loop? But no, man, I learned to be patient and wait and not necessarily need everything as it comes, and learn to appreciate each moment. It was to a point where I would watch that entire first half of the Frieza arc, because we got like pretty close into the Frieza arc before they did the loop, and learn to really appreciate each moment as it came and look for different things I didn't see before and really be attentive to it. And it even made me do things like go to China Chinatown here in Chicago and check out like the posters and like the little books that show glimpses of things that were happening in the Japanese series, because we didn't have fan subs back then. We didn't have like a way to see what was really happening. We just heard about it. We had people who were like digging into fan translations and things like that. But it was a different world. It was a different time, and I, for one, appreciate it, because Dragon Ball would stop halfway through a story and then loop, and then Dragon Ball Z we did the same thing, and I'm like, what's it with this kid Goku and not finishing his stories? I don't understand, but I got past it eventually. The next one will be Fist of the North Star, because I learned from that show that you can kill a man by touching him really fast, like, and then your head explodes. Okay, I didn't really learn anything from Fist of the North Star. I just wanted to include it so I could do like when I watch anybody fight in anime now that does anything close to that, I'm like, look out! Head guts! Head guts are coming! No! Alright, let's move into Tenchi Muyo! Now, Tenchi Muyo is one of the first shonen, sorry. Not the shonen, the harem anime. That's the one where you get a lot of girls to fight over you that I've ever seen. I didn't even know that was a genre. I just thought that Tenchi was lucky. It always taught me, though, to believe in myself even in unsurmountable odds, because Tenchi was thrown into a situation that he had no business being in, and yet he overcame his fears and fought and went forward and ultimately became the hero and earned the right to have all those girls fight over him. I was always like, man, why is Ryoko wasting her time on this wuss dude? Come on, she need a real man like me. Ugh! And at the time, though, I was a little kid, so I wasn't even a real man, but I just knew I was more of a man than Tenchi, and I didn't get it. But the fact is that Tenchi, even when everything was coming down and crumbling, when it came down to it, he stood up and he fought for what was right. And that kind of heart is what ladies want. So even though you think the ladies want the macho man, at the end of the day, they want someone that believes in them and supports them and stands up for the right things and has a true sense of dedication to the people in his life. That is a person that is worth being with and worth fighting for. And Tenchi taught me that. Samurai piece of cats. Come on, what you gonna do when you want some pepperoni? Now that is not on this list at all. I just love that theme song. Once again, this is my list. I can do what I want here.
Meanwhile, at the point.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist tells the story of two brothers who wanted everything in life to come back together when they lost everything. They weren't willing to accept what fate put upon them, and they thought they could change it, and they paid the ultimate price for that. I am an idealistic person, and Full Metal Alchemist didn't shatter my idealism, but it made me have to live in reality. No matter how much I want something to change, sometimes I simply can't change that thing. Maybe I want my YouTube channel to work better. Maybe I want my grandmother back. There are some things that no matter what, I can't affect. And if I do try to affect those things, I could lose everything. So I'm better off learning how to move on, better off learning how to cope, better off learning how to adapt with the things that change in life. Full Metal Alchemist is the ultimate story for that kind of prevalence. And it made a difference in me as I've gone through some of the hardest things I've gone through in my life. I've gone through a divorce, several breakups, loss of family, loss of success. And if it wasn't for this show, I would still be fighting and yearning to get some of that stuff back. But there comes a point where you have to earn acceptance. And just know that you did your best. Not everyone's life stays on top. But you have to appreciate what you had when you had it. And find a new way to survive in this world. That's what Full Metal Alchemist gave me. But I want to talk to you about your favorite anime and how it is important to you and how it may have shaped your life. This has been Chris with a Secret Nerd Motivation. I hope it helped you. And I'd love to hear the anime that have affected you in your life. Let's talk about it down below. My name is Chris. And now, you celebrate. Everybody, if you want to help out Nerd Motivation, where I help you be a better nerd every single day, head over to Facebook, type in Nerd Motivation, and join the group. There's also a fan page. You can join that if you want to as well. But I want to really encourage you guys to join the group. I'll be doing a lot of special things there, like exclusive podcasts, exclusive videos, and other things of that nature. So head there now, join the group, and become part of the team. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys next time.